All right, mic drop. Let's go.
We're dropping Mike and Melissa,
Oh, fuck.
picking up Ben and Arthur.
We're Uber drivers now. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's right. In this economy, we've resorted to Ubering. And so
Ubering around the void.
This is another retake that, like what happened with Mike and Melissa, our audio for the 2 episodes we recorded back to back was haunted by the specter of
vibrato or something.
The void itself demanded that we re-record these episodes.
Yeah, we sounded like Tommy Chong in Color Out of Space.
Yes.
On his tape.
So, what's Ben and Arthur?
What is Ben and Arthur?
Why is Ben and Arthur?
Why? Ben and Arthur is an indie film from 2002.
Sam Mararovich. It's a Eastern European Russian last name. Yeah. So it's
It's like Marovich, but you just switch that A and the R.
Maybe it's just pronounced Marovich.
It could be. Who knows? It's like Deandra. It's not spelled like it sounds.
Deandra mentioned. No, we know. We just don't know how to say it.
Okay, so this has been described by several people as the gay version of The Room, which neither of us feel does it justice. But it is a shoestring budget film about a gay couple trying to get married and like be legally recognized as married.
And for the kids at home who weren't alive or weren't sapients, you know, when your self-awareness kicks in,
cognizance society.
When your self-awareness kicks in at like 5, and then when it gets better when you're like 10 or 12, like for those of you who are youngins who are
in the United States of America, same-sex marriage was not legalized
until 2015.
Yeah, at the federal level.
There were some states, and the plot of this film does involve that, like Vermont being one of the earlier adopters of gay marriage.
Yeah.
Here in Colorado, where this podcast is, produced and recorded. Colorado is actually one of these states that did a huge heel turn. So a lot of states that are now considered to be bastions of progressiveness actually were kind of sketch.
Yeah.
California included. California had a lot of really conservative stuff. And it's really only in the Gen Z and Gen Alpha generations that we've really seen a reversal of a lot of these things, because and now, like, you know, the geopolitics of the country as they are now are very much a very new thing within the last 20 years. So this film is a great example of cultural archaeology, just like Mike and Melissa is, made at a time earlier in the development of society when everyone was way more conservative and everyone was way meaner to gay people.
Yeah.
For all of you LGB without the T motherfuckers, just remember that all the shit you say about trans people right now used to be said about you, and that is a huge plot point in this film.
Yeah.
You all motherfuckers don't know, either weren't alive for it, don't remember it, or you are ignorant of the fact that this shit used to be for the entire acronym.
Yeah. And will be again if we continue to slide in that direction.
Yeah. Don't be a class traitor. Support your local trans people as part of your community. Anyway, just that disclaimer out of the way. I don't know what has spurred that.
Yeah.
You know, this seems, I don't know, it seems to not be related to anything that's happening.
So yeah, basically the plot goes that Ben and Arthur are initially excited because same-sex marriage was legalized in Hawaii, which is closer to California than Vermont.
Which is wild to think about. Like, Hawaii feels so far away.
Yeah, I have no idea the like literal distances, but maybe they just wanted to go to Hawaii more than they wanted to go to Vermont
for their honeymoon. Yeah. I mean, it was the honeymoon destination for a long time. So.
Oh yeah, of course. So they're excited, but their excitement is short-lived because after they pack in the straightest way two gay men can possibly pack,
or it's like I feel like this is very intentional because like it's just they're packing and they're just shoving things into the fucking suitcase, and then Ben puts something in the suitcase and then takes it out and then zips it up.
Yeah.
Oh, and to like live in a time when you could just drop everything and get a plane ticket to go to Hawaii without having to make any arrangements or plans, to have the financial security. Like, these have to be two gay men from California because they had the financial security to just drop everything and go.
I don't know how. They work as dishwashers. Anyway.
2002 was a different time.
They're all ready to go, and then they hear the news that there was a stay on the order to legalize gay marriage, and it has to go through a bunch of other red tape. So that's not happening in Hawaii. So they say, okay, well, fuck it. We're excited. We'll just go to Vermont. And then they have to consult with some sort of like ACLU lawyer who tells them, okay, well, you can get a civil union license in Vermont, and then you bring it back here and we'll have a legal battle to get it recognized by the state of California. And so the drama for the first act of this movie is mostly just like the paperwork and the frustration of being recognized as a legitimate couple.
And honestly, I was invested.
Yeah.
Like, the strange camera work and silliness aside, I was very much like, oh, this is going to be like a really like in-depth look at how, like, from the perspective of people in 2002 making a film to show what it would be like to go through the process to make their marriage be legal, be recognized.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, that's really interesting. Except the film decides that we're not going to focus on that.
No. Things take a turn when, first of all, Ben reveals to Arthur that he is actually still straight married to a woman.
Straight married? How dare he?
And has been for their entire relationship.
But it seems to like show that they're like regularly like living together or
there's no indication that they have any life outside of one another until he says, oh yeah, I'm still married to this woman. And then she comes over and is furious that he would suggest that they get divorced. And she was like, you're telling me you're gay? I don't believe it. Like, where have you been for the past 2 years?
Yeah. And like, again, from the perspective of people back in 2002, people didn't really come out of the closet nearly as much. And
Sure, but I would have appreciated some explanation of how he was able to maintain this closet.
Well, okay, so it's like this film wants it both ways. And it's difficult for it to like pick a lane, especially because, and I did say this in the last time I recorded, and I want to get into it again. This film is out of order. Like the scenes are out of order in this film because like one, like we have a scene that feels like a flashback because the characters and their like the knowledge that they seem to have and the way that they're acting and how they're operating seems to be without the information that we have gained from the first part of the film, like the first 15 minutes or so of this film should have been like swapped places with like the next 20 minutes of the film, and then we have that, right? Like,
yeah,
we start, like, what we do is we start with Ben and Arthur already knowing that Ben is married to a woman right now and that they are estranged. And then the rest of the plot can happen afterwards, and it makes more sense.
Yeah, it does.
And like, this is not even fan fiction rewriting, just
in the edit,
reverse the scenes, and it would have made more sense. So, but because we kind of, again, I say it's a flashback. I know you don't agree, but I say it's a flashback because there's no way it makes any sense otherwise. Because because okay, like later in the film, Ben is a nurse at a hospital, but at the beginning of the film, he's a dishwasher when we get to that scene.
Yeah, but I think that Arthur mentions, like, why are you working here when you're also a nurse? And they have some sort of dialogue about that.
Yeah, but then also their dialogue seems to imply this is the first time that they're meeting each other. It's it's so weird. Like, to say this is the gay room is wrong because it fails to understand what makes the room the room.
Yeah.
It's people who do not have a lot of experience with this kind of media. This, we call it so bad it's good, but honestly, it's more just like auteur media is what I like that term better to kind of describe the overarching genre of like films made by single people.
Yeah.
Who put their name in every credit.
Yes.
And like, yeah, so you compare it to The Room because they're both made by auteurs, but it's not the same because this film is actually pretty like consistent and cohesive. It's just out of order in some places, whereas The Room is a fever dream. Like the Room, this film is like smoking weed and like losing your place. The Room is like taking mushrooms.
All right.
That's how I would describe these two.
We should take mushrooms and watch The Room. That's what I'm taking from this.
Yeah.
But also The Room is so focused on Tommy martyring himself and like
kind of get a little bit of that in this, like a little bit of
yeah,
that.
but it has Ben and Arthur has a lot more social satire.
True.
It has some things to say, and things get pretty weird at the end, but overall it's expressing very real anxieties of gay men in the early 2000s.
I kind of wish that the whole film was like the last 15 minutes. Just bizarre.
As an aside, Arthur is played by the man who wrote and directed this film, and he's like a short, bald guy who's clearly neurodivergent, and his partner Arthur is super hot.
Yeah, like a 10 out of 10 model.
He's just like a step below John Stamos.
Yeah, no, like Ben legitimately is like an aesthetically appealing man. I look, he's got like he's got a very symmetrical face.
Also probably the best actor in the movie.
Yeah, honestly, like legitimately, like he seems to have, and he's like one of the only people with a picture on fucking IMDb for his appearance here.
Well, no, Victor is.
Oh, it's Victor. That's right.
Yeah.
Who's also an attractive looking person, but not supermodel level, of course.
Right. So Victor is Arthur's brother.
Yeah.
And Victor is a devout Christian. And he does not approve of his brother's lifestyle choices. And Arthur comes to him for money. I think Ari's laughing because from the second he opens his door, it is clear this is a very gay man.
Yeah, like if any of you have ever met like a stereotypical Californian gay man, Victor is that.
He looks like he's just directly in between Art Alexakis and Julio Torres. And if you know, you know.
Yeah, and he's just a little bit of makeup away from just being a femboy.
Yeah. If you look at his other credits, is very gay. He's in a movie called Hard. He's in a movie called It's just like Naked Boys Singing. That's the name of it. Based on an off Broadway play.
Yikes.
That is exactly as it sounds.
Like I don't like that title. It makes me feel like it's
Yeah, why is it boys?
Yeah, why is it boys? It should be naked men singing.
Yeah.
The infantilization of people is Anyway.
I mean, he is a twink at least, but
seriously, he looks like, again, just a little bit of makeup, perfect femboy.
So this this evangelist twink
who's
says
definitely
to Arthur,
not gay,
says to Arthur, "I will loan you $8,000 or whatever so you can get an education and get a job if you bring your partner over for a completely innocuous dinner."
Which, on the surface sounds reasonable. Like, hey, I want to be part of your life. Because a detail that's like blink and you miss it is that Arthur says to Victor that it's been 7 years since they've seen each other.
Yeah.
So it's like, imagine if after 7 years your brother came to you and said, "Hey, can you give me $8,000?"
Yeah.
Honestly, like, okay, we know that Victor is fucking evil because of things he does in this plot.
Yeah.
But like at the start of the plot, he's very super religious and super devout, but he does give Arthur the money, and he's true to his word, even though he's kind of a malicious prick.
Yeah. Arthur can see through it from the beginning that he has ulterior motives, but you think the ulterior motives are going to be like, I'm going to try and convince you to stop being gay, which it starts as. Yeah. But then when they do not agree to stop being gay, Victor fucking murders their ACLU lawyer's secretary or whatever.
Just the woman who they were talking to earlier about getting married in Vermont and legalizing their.
Yeah. He waits for the like private garage gate to open, like slips in, runs to her car, shoots her 3 times when she parks, and runs out.
Yeah, like professional hit level. Like he's a smooth operator, which later in the film he's going to act like taking a person's life is this horrible, sinful thing that's going to make him not right with God. And that would be all well and good if he hadn't committed murder 20 minutes before saying that. Like,
they should have ramped up a little more smoothly.
And he suffers no consequences for this.
Oh, absolutely.
The consequences don't come until a man's assaulted in this movie.
Nobody even investigates her murder.
Right. Like, again, it's only once men are assaulted in this movie that they actually get investigated. So, like, I don't know if we're talking, like, if there's a little bit of that there, like this, like, misogyny angle that's being explored, but
I don't think that was intentional, but
it feels like it's not intentional, but it definitely comes through.
Yeah. So from there, Victor talks to his priest, and his priest is like, your brother is gay, therefore you are not welcome in this church because your brother is living in sin.
Yeah.
And Victor says, that sucks. I really want to be part of this church. What if I kill him? What if I murder my brother? And the priest does not object to this line of action. So Victor first attempts, to his credit, he doesn't go straight to murder.
I mean, he already has gone straight to murder, but
yeah, ignoring the first murder, he doesn't go straight to murdering his own brother. He brews up some holy water with his totally not gay partner. And
what did he do with the holy water?
He puts it in a little like spritz bottle and tapes it to his brother's door. No note or anything.
But somehow Arthur knows.
Yeah, Arthur opens it and he's like, "Oh, I got a bullshit potion from my brother."
It's so fucking stupid. Like, okay, it would be one thing if he Victor came up and assaulted Arthur by spritzing him with the holy water, like, because that's where you think it's going, and then he just lightly tapes it, and he tapes it with like masking tape. It's not even like duct tape.
And it's not like rigged up so that when he opens the door it goes off. It's just there.
And like the things that are in this holy water are just like random bullshit in the kitchen. Like it's like pepper, cloves.
He charges Marvelous Medicines some holy water.
Ooh, that's a reference.
Yeah. Really dating myself with that one, but
no, it's okay. All those books are good. A1. Go read that story. Go read George's Marvelous Medicine.
But then he does assault Ben. He hospitalizes Ben, and then eventually does like bring a gun over, shoots Ben, kills him, and then things get even more fucked up because he forces Arthur to strip naked, again, his brother, and baptizes him in the tub and chloroforms him
naked,
of
and
course.
we have a blackout, so we don't know what happened.
Don't know.
But he is sitting kind of guiltily looking in the fucking living room, so I don't know. Like,
yeah, he chloroforms him and then just hangs out, and then Arthur comes to and grabs his own gun, which he just had the whole time, and kind of Uno reverses on his brother and starts being like all sensual and like, "Oh, you want me, don't you? You should fuck me now."
before it's too late.
And just taunting him. And then Victor shoots Arthur like 7 times in the back, and then Arthur manages to shoot him in the head. Everybody's dead. The end.
That's it. That literally hard cut. Done. No music or anything like that, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, and did we talk about how Arthur lights the priest on fire?
No, we did not. Arthur, after Ben gets hospitalized, Arthur goes to the priest in what is the most laughably crafty, shall we say, set.
Yeah, they went to Michael's for this set.
If that. They went dumpster diving for this set. The cross is made out of corrugated cardboard, spray painted gold,
which has been cut very poorly. They couldn't even cut it straight.
And Arthur chloroforms the priest with what is clearly nail polish remover and walks out to his car and grabs what is, one assumes, gasoline, though it looks to be distilled water.
Could be isopropyl alcohol, I guess.
Yeah. Dumps it on the priest, throws a match on him, and walks out in his socks and sandals.
Yeah. And then like kind of, and don't forget
the footwear of criminals.
And don't forget the little like side run that he does. Like,
yeah, it's a little mincing trot. Yeah. Of, again, a hardened murderer.
Yeah, okay. When we look at Victor, I believe that character can commit murder. He looks sketchy from the start. His characterization is sketchy. Arthur doesn't. Okay, look, maybe I could see the ending where Arthur shoots Victor at the end. Okay, I see that ending. But lighting a motherfucker on fire?
that is his like first foray into violence.
Yeah, like
goes straight to that.
This plot doesn't understand escalation at all. Like it's
like on some level it's a Straw Dogs type plot where a regular guy is pushed to his limit, but the levels of escalation are so wildly distributed.
Yeah, so like this is why I mean by this film's out of order.
Yeah.
Because okay, imagine just we don't fan fiction anything. Nothing is, we don't write anything. We just cut scenes and reorganize them. We start with the film with them in the kitchen meeting each other. Then Ben quits his job, and then we have Arthur quits his job, and then we have a time lapse of him looking for jobs, not finding it.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Victor and asks for the loan.
Right.
Okay. And then Victor doesn't commit fucking murder.
Right.
We have the back and forth. Victor gets ousted from the church, and then Victor is told that, you know, if he kills his brother or gets his brother to stop being gay, then that's going to be how he gets free. Then we have the incident where he confronts his brother with one more opportunity. Then he kills the lawyer or secretary. I think she's credited as lawyer in the IMDb credits. So
okay.
Then he kills her because he's thinking to himself, well, if I kill her, then the problem will solve itself. Then it doesn't work. Then he assaults Ben. He assaults Ben, just assaults Ben.
Yep.
Or maybe you reverse those two scenes. You have him assault Ben and then kill the lawyer, and then the ending of the film happens. Mm-hmm. With just reorganizing scenes, this movie immediately gains like half a star more in rating. It's far less confusing if you just cut it differently. Mm-hmm. Like, I almost want to take this film and recut it to prove my point.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't be too hard. Like, half the soundtrack is just a monotonous drone that either indicates murder is about to happen or water is about to be taped to a door.
Right. And like, you wouldn't even need to cut any of the whole scenes. You just need to like reorganize them.
Yeah.
So like, that's
Although
why
there were some scenes I would definitely cut.
Well, sure. But you know what I'm saying? Like, with
yeah.
just a little bit more of an editor's brush. Because Sam, the writer, director, producer of this film, did the editing as well. And he honestly, if he had just had anybody else editing this film, mm-hmm. it would be far better.
Yeah.
That's why it's not The Room. Because this is not The Gay Room. Because The Room could not exist at all if Tommy didn't make the fucking damn thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no editor could have saved The Room.
Gotcha. Yeah.
This is a cohesive plot. I like it as a cultural capstone for what it was like to be gay in 2002.
Yeah. And it's also highly enjoyable to watch with friends and make fun of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, you know, this is like something that if you don't feel like you're ready to introduce your friends to Breen, put this on. It's a little bit more gentle.
Maybe, I don't know. Arya, do you have a perspective on this?
You could have started with that and then introduced me to Breen. No, you dropped me off the deep end.
It's true.
Insane.
Well, you know, sometimes to teach someone to swim, you have to kick them into the deep end. Desperation breeds the skill.
I can't with you.
I know there were like other aspects we talked about in the other version. I can't quite think of.
Well, we did kind of go in depth on the cultural landscape of 2002 America, more so, and then we also.
Oh, I know. I remember one thing. We talked about how this exists kind of in the liminal space between like film being inaccessible to the common man and the internet where it's hyper accessible.
Oh yeah. So like this film was made from a spirit of wanting to vent about things.
Yeah.
And it would, okay, so like, oh yeah, that's right, I remember now. Okay, so back, I use the example of tabletop role-playing games. Back in the 70s and 80s, when tabletop role-playing was first coming into being, it was very difficult for outsiders to get their work published in that way. Like there was a very like monopoly on this kind of stuff. Then in the 90s and early 2000s, there was these print on demand services that became very accessible so that anybody could self-publish an RPG and then just pay to have copies made to order. So you had this huge bursting, flourishing culture of all of these indie RPGs. And like that with film, the prevalence of easily to purchase and acquire film cameras that were not low quality but were actually relatively decent quality. For a few $1,000s you could purchase one of these cameras. Now that's a lot of money, but that's not an inaccessible amount of money, especially if you have like a group of people. So this but then within just a few, like just within a decade, the internet would have completely consumed this space and allowed people to, one, vent about their feelings in real time and not need to make art like this, and two, community is now so spread out that back then in 2002 you had the gay community of wherever you were at,
right,
and you didn't really have abilities to reach other queer communities unless you just physically went to those fucking places. And that is a key part of this, is that this was clearly made by a local group of queer and gay people. Because even fucking Ben's wife is the most like lesbian looking woman I've seen. I'd be
not
surprised.
To stereotype.
No, but I'd be surprised if she was straight, honestly.
There was not a straight person in this production.
No, only gay hands touched this film. Which it's a product of that local community that just it's not really a thing anymore, because if you want to find a gay community, you go online and you join a Discord or a Facebook group or whatever, or you go to like a YouTuber and you find your community through that is kind of key to understanding why this film exists. Why is Ben and Arthur? It's because it was in that, like you said, liminal space between accessibility and the internet kind of overshadowing it. Which is why like you still have tons of indie RPGs today, because now print on demand isn't even required. You can just digitally release your fucking thing. And people still make indie movie productions, but the impetus to make them as a method by which to express these feelings is not as prevalent, because you can just make a fucking vlog about it, or you can just rant in your car on a fucking TikTok live stream about it. So like
which obviously has pros and cons.
Sure. And that's not to say that nobody makes indie productions like this anymore. It's just not just not as common, because
there's not a need for it like there was.
Right. And like it's the same thing with like Yin Yang Insane. Like that film was made also during this liminal space. And it's just like, I wish there was more of that. But it's almost like it's so hyper saturated now that it's difficult to find these gems. Whereas before, like, again, the vibe of this podcast here is, fishing films out from behind your fucking local thrift store's dumpster and putting them in your VHS player. But that's a ghost. It doesn't really exist anymore. Like, there's a universal outlet.
I think it's universality.
There you go. There's a universality to media production. If I put something out on the internet, it's not going to be like this obscure thing you find on a VHS tape at a fucking thrift store that nobody else has ever seen. It's a video on YouTube with 100 views. It just doesn't hit the same. And I think that that's a shame, honestly.
Yeah.
Watching this film has made me want to seek out more modern examples of this kind of home video.
Yeah.
Because I want to do more liminals on stuff like this, but for more modern examples, to kind of just
Yeah.
take a little temperature check on what like it's currently like right now.
Yeah, isn't there that one site that it'll just like feed you a random YouTube video with
No views.
no views?
Yeah. Although like, whether or not we'd find a home video in that space.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess the closest we've come is like Scumbelina's work.
Yeah.
Like
Carolyn Kopko,
yeah,
Active Volcano.
Active Volcano, which I really liked. But you see, like that's like the equivalent that we have contemporarily. It's just like more art housey, surrealist kind of stuff. I don't really see things
People's
like
Joker kind of had that vibe, even though it was a bigger.
That's true. That's true. But again, it's not People's Joker. The equivalent of it from 2002 would be like Ben and Arthur, where it's just like something you found at a thrift store.
Yeah.
Or like was distributed on a local level by the person who made it. Whereas like in the internet age, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You can go and find the People's Joker to stream on many platforms.
Right.
So it just doesn't have that same vibe. Like the people who were making Ben and Arthur probably thought maybe 1,000 people would watch what they made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell like it's such it's being made for the love of the art. The same way the People's Joker was, but the People's Joker was made to be distributed and pushed out. It had like, crowdsourcing for it and all that kind of stuff. Whereas this, just a bunch of gay men from California got together and said, let's make a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sam's like, I have a camera. And there is a good eye for camera work in this. It needed editing, but like they clearly at least understood how a camera works, which cannot be said for a lot of indie ventures.
Yeah.
When I say good, I don't mean like cutting edge or something like that. I just mean like they understood framing and they understood like they changed the camera angle multiple times. They didn't just hold on one shot the whole time. They did do that a few times, but the majority of the time we actually are getting cuts of multiple angles consistently.
Yeah.
And
it has some like bare minimum filmic grammar to it, I guess.
Yeah, filmography for sure. And that kind of speaks to the heart of it, is that I can feel the love that went into making this film.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like good. It's about something that was important. And at the time, I bet you there weren't a lot of other films that were hitting on these themes as like in this way of like, it wasn't socially acceptable to be gay in 2002 and 2001. This was probably filmed in 2001, but
right.
Like it wasn't acceptable to be gay.
Yeah.
So this was a very radical piece of art that was made because at the time it was not like we just don't know what that's like. We're getting a taste of it, but we just don't know what it's like on a social level to just be like hated so institutionally for being gay. Well, thanks for coming to our TED Talk about Ben and Arthur. Again, maybe Tristan disagrees, but I think that it's a great intro to So Bad It's Good content, because the cultural context doesn't hit as hard. Being gay is pretty seen as like normal on a social level. Like, of course you're gay. People are gay.
Yeah.
But it's got a little bit of, it's got a taste of it, especially the end. It's a taste of that like surreal oddity. But maybe you don't want to kick your friends off into the deep end of the pool with Breen right away, or Deandra, or
Wiseau. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it varies from person to person, but
That's true. You should read the temperature of your friends.
Yeah.
Check your friend's temperature.
mhm.
Rectally, if possible.
Yeah. The thing about The Room is it comes with a lot of other mystery attached to the lore of it that we don't have with this. But
That's true. Because I did say, like, this is basically like the most normal So Bad It's Good movie I've ever watched. Because it's just, there's nothing that weird about it. Like, the only question I have is, why does everyone have so many guns?
just everywhere.
And everywhere. Like, was in 2002, was it just easier to get guns in California?
And also, why do their guns look realistic in the start of the movie, and then at the end they're like black spray painted squirt guns?
Yeah, it's like they actually have like they're using like probably like airsoft guns at the beginning that look somewhat decent, and then but they're holding it like in the most chicken wing fashion possible.
That's a great adjective for
Like,
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're holding their guns throughout this whole movie. Look, this is how you know it's all a bunch of gay people, because they're holding their guns like they're about to break their wrists by shooting them. Like, it's like, you can't stop me.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Thank you for joining us in the void, visitors, and
I am a disembodied voice. Thank you for joining me in my void.